The unexpected encounter. The vast expanse of space stretched out before Captain Zara Rees as she stood on the bridge of her ship, the Stargazer. The ship's sleek design and advanced propulsion systems made it one of the fastest vessels in the Terran fleet, perfect for the dangerous rescue missions Zara and her crew specialized in. Captain, with picking up a distress signal, called out Lieutenant Chen, her communications officer. "It's coming from a derelict ship about half a parsec away." Zara's eyes narrowed. "Any life signs?" "Just one, ma'am, but it's faint and strange, not like anything in our database." A thrill of excitement ran through Zara. This was why she joined the Terran fleet, the promise of the unknown, the chance to make a difference. "Plot a course, Lieutenant. Let's see what we're dealing with." As the Stargazer approached the derelict vessel, Zara couldn't shake the feeling that this mission would be different. The ship before them was unlike any she'd ever seen. Its hull seemed to shimmer with an otherworldly iridescence, defying the laws of physics as Zara understood them. "All right, team," Zara addressed her crew. "We're going in. Standard rescue protocols, but stay alert. We don't know what we're walking into." Zara led the boarding party herself, her pulse quickening as they stepped into the alien ship. The interior was just as bizarre as the exterior, corridors that seemed to shift and change as they walked through them, technology that appeared to be more organic than mechanical. "Life sign is coming from just ahead," Captain, her science officer, Dr. Amelia Rossi, reported. As they rounded a corner, Zara stopped dead in her tracks. There, curled up in what appeared to be a translucent pod, was a being unlike any Zara had ever encountered. The alien was humanoid, but with skin that shimmered with a soft, bioluminescent glow. Delicate, fin-like appendages framed a face that was at once alien and hauntingly beautiful. As Zara approached, the being's eyes snapped open, revealing irises that swirled with galaxies. "Hello," Zara said softly, holding up her hands to show she meant no harm. "We're here to help. Can you understand me?" The alien's eyes widened in fear, and suddenly, Zara felt a presence in her mind. Images and emotions flooded her consciousness, fear, confusion, and a desperate plea for help. "It's okay," Zara projected back, hoping her thoughts would be understood. "We're not here to hurt you. What's your name?" A single word echoed in Zara's mind: Lyra. "All right, Lyra," Zara said aloud, gesturing to her team to stand down. "Let's get you out of here." As they helped Lyra from the pod, Zara couldn't help but notice how frail she seemed. Whatever had happened on this ship, it was clear that Lyra had been through a terrible ordeal. Back on the Stargazer, Dr. Rossi ran a series of scans on their new guest. "Captain, you're going to want to see this," she called Zara over, her voice filled with awe. The scans revealed a biology so advanced it bordered on the miraculous. Lyra's DNA seemed to be in a constant state of flux, adapting and evolving in real time. "She's not just alien," Dr. Rossi explained. "She's evolving, right before our eyes." As fascinating as the scientific discovery was, Zara's primary concern was for Lyra's well-being. The alien girl seemed terrified and confused, her luminescent skin flickering with what Zara assumed were expressions of distress. Over the next few days, Zara spent every free moment with Lyra, slowly building trust. Through a combination of rudimentary telepathy and an improvised sign language, they began to communicate. Zara learned that Lyra was young by her species standards, barely more than a child. She had been on the ship with her father, a high-ranking official of some kind, when something had gone terribly wrong. The details were hazy, but one thing was clear: Lyra's father had betrayed her, leaving her to die on the derelict vessel. The revelation filled Zara with a mix of anger and protectiveness. How could anyone, human or alien, abandon their child like that? She vowed then and there to keep Lyra safe, no matter the cost. As days turned into weeks, Lyra began to adapt to life on the Stargazer. Her ability to evolve wasn't limited to her biology. She picked up English at an astonishing rate, and soon she was communicating fluently with the crew. Zara found herself captivated by Lyra's innocence and curiosity. Everything on the ship was new and exciting to her, from the simplest gadgets to the view of the stars from the observation deck. Watching Lyra experience these things for the first time rekindled Zara's own sense of wonder about the universe. But their peaceful routine was shattered when the stargazer picked up a transmission that made Zara's blood run cold. It was a bounty notice, offering a staggering reward for the return of a dangerous fugitive, a fugitive whose description matched Lyra perfectly. Zara knew they couldn't run forever. Sooner or later, they would have to face whatever forces were pursuing Lyra. But as she looked at the alien girl who had become so dear to her in such a short time, Zara knew one thing for certain: she would move heaven and earth to keep Lyra safe. As the stargazer raced through the cosmos, Zara began to formulate a plan. They would need allies, resources, and every ounce of human ingenuity they could muster. The path ahead was fraught with danger, but Zara felt a fierce determination unlike anything she'd experienced before. This wasn't just about protecting an innocent, it was about standing up for what was right, about showing the universe that humanity's greatest strength wasn't their technology or their weapons, but their capacity for compassion and their indomitable spirit. As Zara watched Lyra gazing out at the stars, her bioluminescent skin glowing with wonder, she made a silent promise. Whatever challenges lay ahead, whatever forces were arrayed against them, they would face them together. And in doing so, they would show the galaxy what humanity was truly capable of. The adventure was only beginning, and Zara Reeves was ready to make history. Echoes of the cosmic veil. Captain Zara Reeves stood at the helm of the stargazer, her eyes fixed on the swirling nebula ahead. The cosmic phenomenon wasn't just a breathtaking spectacle, it was their best hope for evading the relentless pursuit of Lyra's hunters. "Quantum fluctuations are off the charts, Captain," Lieutenant Chen reported, his fingers dancing over the holographic controls. "If we enter that nebula, we'll be flying blind." Zara's lips curved into a determined smile. "Sometimes you've got to embrace the chaos, Chen. Prepare for nebula insertion." As the stargazer plunged into the technicolor mists of the nebula, Zara felt a familiar presence at her side. Lyra stood there, her bioluminescent skin pulsing with mesmerizing patterns that seemed to mimic the swirling gases outside. "You're worried," Lyra said, her melodic voice tinged with concern. It wasn't a question. Zara nodded, marveling at how perceptive the young alien had become in such a short time. "I won't lie to you, Lyra. We're in a tight spot, but I've got a few tricks up my sleeve yet." Lyra's eyes, with their swirling galactic irises, met Zara's. "I trust you, Zara, more than I've ever trusted anyone." The words warmed Zara's heart, but they also added to the weight of responsibility she felt. She had to find a way to keep Lyra safe, not just from external threats, but from the terrible truth they'd uncovered about her origins. As they navigated the treacherous nebula, Zara's mind wandered back to the shocking revelation they'd stumbled upon just days earlier. Flashback. Dr. Rossi's face was ashen as she presented her findings to Zara and Lyra. "I've completed the analysis of Lyra's DNA," she began, her voice trembling slightly. "What I found, it's unprecedented." The holographic display came to life, showing a complex double helix structure. But unlike any DNA Zara had ever seen, this one seemed to pulse and shift before their eyes. "Lyra's genetic code isn't just evolving," Dr. Rossi explained. "It's rewriting reality on a quantum level. The very fabric of space-time bends around her." Lyra's luminescence dimmed, her voice small as she asked, "What does that mean?" Dr. Rossi took a deep breath. "It means, Lyra, that you're not just an advanced alien species, you're something we've only theorized about. A cosmic anomaly given form. A quantum weaver." The revelation hit Zara like a supernova. Suddenly, the relentless pursuit, the astronomical bounty, it all made terrifying sense. In the wrong hands, Lyra's abilities could reshape the very nature of existence. End flashback. A violent shudder snapped Zara back to the present. The nebula was growing more turbulent, threatening to tear the stargazer apart. Gravimetric shear increasing. Chen shouted over the groaning of stressed metal. "We can't take much more of this, Captain." Zora's mind raced. They needed a way out fast. That's when she noticed Lyra's skin pulsing in a peculiar rhythm, perfectly in sync with the nebula's fluctuations. "Lyra," Zora said urgently, "I need you to focus on the nebula. Can you feel it?" Lyra's eyes widened with understanding. She stepped forward, placing her hands on the view screen. As she closed her eyes in concentration, her skin began to glow brighter than Zara had ever seen. The effect was immediate and awe-inspiring. The chaotic energies of the nebula began to calm, forming a clear path ahead of the stargazer. It was as if the cosmos itself was yielding to Lyra's will. "Unbelievable," Chen whispered, voicing the sentiment of the entire bridge crew. As they emerged from the nebula, Zara knew their journey had entered a new phase. Lyra wasn't just a fugitive to be protected, she was a force of nature, with powers beyond comprehension. But with great power came great danger. The same abilities that allowed Lyra to calm a nebula could, in the wrong hands, be used to unmake entire star systems. The weight of this knowledge pressed heavily on Zara's shoulders. As the stargazer cruised through the now tranquil space, Zara made a decision. It wasn't enough to run and hide. They needed to understand Lyra's powers, to help her control them. And to do that, they needed answers. "Set a course for the Whisper Archives," Zara commanded, her voice ringing with determination. Chen's eyes widened. "Captain, the archives are just a myth, a cosmic fairy tale." Zara's gaze was steely. "Every legend has a kernel of truth, Lieutenant, and right now, those legends are our best hope." As the stargazer changed course, heading towards the fringes of known space, Zara felt a mix of fear and exhilaration. They were venturing into the unknown, chasing whispers and shadows. But if the stories were true, the Whisper Archives held the accumulated knowledge of 1,000 extinct civilizations. If answers about Lyra's origins and powers existed anywhere, it would be there. Lyra approached Zara, her luminescence now a soft, comforting glow. "You're taking a great risk for me," she said softly. "Why?" Zara looked at the young quantum weaver, seeing not just her alien beauty, but the gentle soul beneath. "Because it's the right thing to do," she replied. "And because I care about you, Lyra, more than I probably should." The admission surprised them both. In the short time they'd known each other, a bond had formed between them, transcending species and duty. It was unexpected, perhaps even dangerous, but undeniably real. As Lyra's hand found Zara's, their fingers intertwining, the captain of the stargazer felt a surge of determination. Whatever challenges lay ahead, whatever cosmic forces stood in their way, they would face them together. The stargazer streaked across the star-studded canvas of space, carrying its precious cargo towards an uncertain destiny. But for Zara Reeves, one thing was certain in Lyra: she had found something worth fighting for. And fight she would, against anyone or anything that threatened their future together. The hunt for answers had begun, and the fate of not just Lyra, but perhaps the entire universe, hung in the balance. The cosmic dance of quantum possibilities swirled around them, and at its center stood a human captain and her alien charge, bound by a love that defied the very laws of physics. Their greatest adventure was just beginning. Quantum entanglement of hearts. The stargazer hurtled through the cosmic void, its destination shrouded in mystery and legend. Captain Zara Reeves stood at the command center, her eyes fixed on the holographic display of their trajectory. The ship was pushing its limits, venturing into uncharted territories of space where even the most advanced star charts grew hazy and uncertain. "Captain," Lieutenant Chen's voice cut through the tense silence, "we're picking up some strange readings ahead. It's like space itself is folding." Zara's heart raced. This could be it, the first tangible sign of the mythical Whisper Archives. "Lyra," she called softly, "I need you." The young quantum weaver glided onto the bridge, her bioluminescent skin pulsing with an otherworldly radiance. As she approached the holographic display, the swirling patterns on her skin seemed to sync with the anomalous readings. "I can feel it," Lyra whispered, her galaxy eyes wide with wonder. "It's like a song, but instead of sound, it's reality vibrating." Zara nodded, a plan forming in her mind. "Can you harmonize with it? Guide us through?" Lyra's answer came not in words, but in action. She placed her hands on the ship's control interface, and suddenly, the stargazer itself began to hum with an ethereal energy. The view outside the ship blurred, space-time bending around them like light through a prism. As they navigated through the cosmic labyrinth, Zara couldn't help but marvel at Lyra's growing mastery over her abilities. The frightened girl they'd rescued seemed a lifetime ago. In her place stood a being of immense power and grace, slowly coming into her own. Their journey through folded space lasted mere moments, but felt like an eternity. When reality snapped back into focus, a collective gasp echoed through the bridge. Before them floated a massive structure that defied comprehension. It was as if someone had taken a library the size of a planet and turned it inside out. Books and data crystals orbited a central core that pulsed with knowledge older than stars. "The Whisper Archives," Zara breathed, awe evident in her voice. "It's real." As the stargazer approached the cosmic repository, a beam of light shot out, enveloping the ship. For a heart-stopping moment, all systems went dark. Then a voice, or rather, countless voices speaking as one, filled their minds. "Welcome, seekers of knowledge. State your query." Zara stepped forward, her voice steady despite the gravity of the moment. "We seek information about the quantum weavers and how to protect one from those who would exploit her power." There was a pause, as if the very fabric of space-time was considering their request. Then, in a dazzling display of light and energy, a path opened up before them, leading into the heart of the archives. "Follow," the voices commanded. As Zara and Lyra prepared to board a shuttle to enter the archives, the captain felt a surge of protectiveness. She reached out, taking Lyra's hand in hers. The contact sent a jolt of electricity through them both, their quantum energies intertwining in a dance as old as the universe itself. "Whatever we find in there," Zara said softly, "we face it together." Lyra's skin glowed with a warm, rosy hue, her species equivalent of a blush. "Together," she agreed, squeezing Zara's hand. Their journey into the Whisper Archives was a kaleidoscope of knowledge and wonder. They walked through corridors lined with the collected wisdom of civilizations long turned to stardust. Holographic displays sprang to life around them, showing the rise and fall of empires, the birth and death of stars, and the intricate dance of quantum realities. Finally, they reached a chamber that seemed to exist in multiple dimensions at once. At its center floated a cube of pure energy, pulsing with untold secrets. As Lyra approached the cube, her entire being began to resonate with its energy. Suddenly, the chamber filled with images and sounds, telling a story older than time itself. They learned of the quantum weavers, beings born at the intersection of realities, capable of reshaping the very fabric of existence. They saw how, throughout history, these rare individuals had been sought after, worshipped, feared, and exploited. But most importantly, they learned of a way to protect Lyra, a process that would stabilize her powers and shield her from those who would use her as a weapon. The knowledge came at a price, however. To complete the process, Lyra would need to form a permanent quantum bond with another being. A bond deeper than any physical connection, a literal entanglement of souls. As the implications sank in, Zara and Lyra's eyes met. In that moment, a universe of unspoken feelings passed between them. "It has to be you, Zara," Lyra said, her voice barely above a whisper. "I trust you with my life, my power, my heart." Zara felt a surge of emotions: love, fear, excitement, uncertainty. This went beyond duty, beyond even the deep affection she developed for Lyra. This was eternity. But as she looked into Lyra's swirling galactic eyes, Zara knew her answer. She had crossed galaxies for this incredible being, had defied the laws of physics, and challenged the very nature of reality. There was no going back. "I'm yours, Lyra," Zara said, her voice thick with emotion. "In this reality and every other." The energy cube pulsed, responding to their decision. Tendrils of pure quantum energy surrounded them, weaving their very essences together in a cosmic tapestry. As human and quantum weaver became one, the universe itself seemed to hold its breath. In that moment, witnessed by the accumulated knowledge of countless civilizations, a love that transcended species, physics, and reality itself was born. When the process was complete, Zara and Lyra stood transformed. They were still individual beings, but now they were also something more, a hybrid entity, their fates and powers inexorably linked. As they made their way back to the Stargazer, both women knew that their greatest challenge still lay ahead. Lyra's father and his forces were still in pursuit, and the power they now shared would be coveted by forces beyond imagination. But as they stood on the bridge of the Stargazer, hands clasped and hearts beating as one, Zara and Lyra were ready to face whatever the cosmos threw at them. Their love had reshaped reality itself, and now they would reshape the future, not just for themselves, but for all sentient beings across the vast, wondrous universe. The stars beckoned, and the next chapter of their cosmic love story was about to unfold. Celestial synchronicity. The Stargazer erupted from hyperspace, its quantum-infused hull gleaming with an otherworldly light. Captain Zara Rees and Lyra stood side by side on the bridge, their newly forged bond humming with power. The crew watched in awe as tendrils of energy danced between the human captain and the alien quantum weaver, a visual testament to their unprecedented connection. "Multiple bogies incoming, Captain," Lieutenant Chen's urgent voice cut through the moment of wonder. It's a celestial armada. They found us." Zara's eyes narrowed as she took in the tactical display. Dozens of ships, each more advanced than the last, bore down on the Stargazer. At their center loomed a behemoth of a vessel, its design so alien it hurt to look at directly. "That's my father's flagship," Lyra whispered, her luminescent skin pulsing with anxiety. "The Void Sculptor." Zara squeezed Lyra's hand, sending a wave of reassurance through their bond. "We knew this was coming. Time to show them what we can do together." As if in response to her words, the Stargazer's systems began to hum with newfound energy. Displays flickered with information beyond human comprehension, the ship itself seeming to evolve in real time. "All hands, battle stations," Zara commanded, her voice ringing with determination. "Chen, evasive maneuvers. Dr. Rossi, I need you to monitor our quantum signature. Lyra, let's rewrite some rules." The space around the Stargazer erupted into chaos as the Celestial Armada opened fire. But where before such an assault would have spelled certain doom, now the attacks seemed to pass through the ship as if it were a mirage. Lyra's eyes glowed with power as she manipulated the quantum fabric of reality, her abilities amplified and stabilized by her bond with Zara. The captain, in turn, used her tactical genius to predict and counter the enemy's moves before they even made them. Impossible. The booming voice of Lyra's father, Admiral Zorn, echoed across all frequencies. "No mere human vessel could withstand our assault. Lyra, my child, return to us. Your power belongs to our people." Zara felt a surge of protectiveness through her bond with Lyra. She opened a channel, her voice calm but steely. "Admiral Zorn, this is Captain Zara Rees of the Stargazer. Lyra is under my protection, and she's not your weapon to use. She's a sentient being with rights and free will. Stand down or face the consequences." The Admiral's laughter was cold and cruel. "You dare threaten me, human? I'll crush your insignificant ship and reclaim what's mine." As the Void Sculptor charged its main weapon, a cannon capable of unraveling the very fabric of space-time, Zara and Lyra shared a look of understanding. It was time to unveil the true extent of their combined power. "Now, Lyra," Zora called out, her mind merging with the quantum weavers. In that moment, the Stargazer became more than a ship. It transformed into a conduit for Lyra's immense power, guided by Zora's indomitable will. The vessel seemed to exist in multiple realities at once, facing in and out of existence faster than the eye could track. The Void Sculptor's weapon discharged a beam of unlight that should have annihilated everything in its path. But as it approached the Stargazer, something extraordinary happened. The beam split, fracturing into a prismatic array of possibilities. In one reality, it missed entirely. In another, it was absorbed and redirected. And in the prime reality, witnessed by the astounded crews of both fleets, the beam simply winked out of existence, as if it had never been fired at all. "How?" Admiral Zorn's voice was barely a whisper, shock evident in every syllable. Zora's voice, when she responded, resonated with the power of 1,000 suns. "Your daughter is not a weapon, Admiral. She's the key to a new understanding of the universe itself, and she's chosen her path." With a thought, Zora and Lyra extended their quantum field, enveloping the entire celestial armada. Ships that had been poised for destruction now found themselves gently immobilized, their weapon systems offline. On the bridge of the Void Sculptor, Admiral Zorn fell to his knees, overwhelmed by the sheer magnitude of what he was witnessing. His own daughter, whom he had seen as nothing more than a tool for power, was reshaping reality itself. Lyra's voice, amplified by the quantum network, echoed through every ship in the fleet. "Father, it's over. The age of conquest and exploitation is at an end. It's time for a new era, one of exploration, understanding, and harmony." As the glow of power faded, Zora and Lyra stood at the center of a transformed battlefield. The once mighty celestial armada now floated peacefully, its crews coming to terms with the new paradigm they had just witnessed. Admiral Zorn, his arrogance shattered, opened a channel to the Stargazer. I was wrong," he admitted, his voice heavy with regret. "Lyra, my daughter, can you ever forgive me?" Lyra's response was gentle but firm. "Forgiveness is a journey, Father. One I hope we can embark on together in time. But first, there's work to be done." As the dust settled on the cosmic battlefield, Zora and Lyra knew that this was just the beginning. They had prevented a war and opened the door to a new understanding of the universe. But more importantly, they had proven that love, even between species separated by light years and realities, could be the most powerful force in existence. The Stargazer, now a beacon of hope for interstellar peace, set a course for Earth. It was time to introduce humanity to the wonders of the quantum universe, with Zora and Lyra as their guides. As they stood on the bridge, hands clasped and hearts beating as one, Captain Zora Rees and Lyra, the quantum weaver, gazed out at the star-studded expanse before them. The future was unwritten, full of infinite possibilities. And they would face it together, their love a force capable of reshaping the very fabric of the cosmos. Cosmic confluence. The Stargazer's return to Earth was nothing short of revolutionary. As the quantum-enhanced ship descended through the atmosphere, its very presence sent ripples through reality. Global communications networks lit up with unprecedented clarity, and for a brief moment, every human on the planet felt a surge of inexplicable unity. Captain Zora Rees and Lyra, the quantum weaver, stepped onto the landing pad hand in hand, their combined aura causing the air around them to shimmer with possibility. A delegation of Earth's leaders awaited them, a mix of awe and trepidation on their faces. "Welcome home, Captain Reeves," the Secretary-General of the United Nations greeted them, her voice steady despite the extraordinary circumstances. "And welcome to Earth, Lyra. We have many questions." Zora smiled, feeling Lyra's reassurance through their bond. "And we have answers that will change everything you thought you knew about the universe." What followed was a whirlwind of revelations that shook the foundations of human understanding. In a historic address broadcast to every corner of the globe, Zara and Lyra unveil the truth about the quantum nature of reality, the existence of the whisper archives, and the untapped potential lying dormant within every sentient being. Humanity stands on the brink of a new era, Zara declared, her words resonating across the planet. An era where the boundaries between science and magic blur, where the impossible becomes possible, and where our very thoughts can shape the fabric of existence. Lyra stepped forward, her bioluminescent skin pulsing with mesmerizing patterns. But with great power comes great responsibility, she added, her melodic voice captivating billions. We must learn to wield this knowledge wisely for the benefit of all life in the cosmos. The response was unprecedented. Overnight, global conflicts ceased as humanity grappled with its new place in the universe. Scientific institutions worldwide scrambled to understand and replicate the quantum technologies demonstrated by the stargazer. Philosophers and religious leaders engaged in heated debates about the nature of reality and consciousness. But it was the emergence of the quantum awakened that truly marked the dawn of a new age. Inspired by Zara and Lyra's bond, individuals across the planet began to manifest abilities once thought impossible. Telepathy, telekinesis, and even limited reality manipulation became topics of serious scientific study. Zara and Lyra found themselves at the center of this global transformation, guiding humanity through its turbulent evolution. They established the Cosmic Confluence Academy, a school dedicated to nurturing and training the newly awakened, ensuring that these powers would be used responsibly. Yet, not all welcomed this new era with open arms. A faction known as the Purity Front emerged, decrying the quantum evolution as an alien corruption of humanity. They viewed Lyra as a threat and Zara as a traitor to her species. One fateful day, as Zara and Lyra were overseeing a delicate quantum experiment, alarms blared throughout the facility. The Purity Front had launched a desperate attack, hoping to cleanse Earth of alien influence. But they had grossly underestimated the power of the bond between Zara and Lyra. As the attackers breached the outer defenses, the cosmic lovers joined hands, their consciousnesses merging into a singular, transcendent entity. The air crackled with energy as Zara Lyra, now a being of pure quantum potential, faced the Purity Front's forces. With a thought, they unraveled the attackers' weapons. With a gesture, they opened the minds of the misguided extremists, allowing them to glimpse the infinite beauty of the quantum multiverse. The would-be attackers fell to their knees, overwhelmed by the vision of cosmic unity. In that moment, the last vestiges of resistance to Earth's quantum awakening crumbled. As Zara and Lyra separated, returning to their individual forms, they shared a look of profound understanding. Their journey had come full circle, from a chance encounter on a derelict ship to becoming the catalysts for humanity's greatest leap forward. Their love had quite literally changed the universe. In the years that followed, Earth became a shining beacon of cosmic harmony. The Stargazer, now joined by a fleet of quantum-enabled ships, embarked on missions of peaceful exploration, forging alliances with civilizations across the galaxy. Zara and Lyra, their bond growing stronger with each passing day, split their time between cosmic adventures and nurturing the next generation of quantum adepts on Earth. They have become living legends, their love story the stuff of interstellar ballads. But for Zara and Lyra, the greatest adventure was the one they shared every day, the continuous exploration of their bond, the discovery of new facets to their love, and the joy of witnessing the positive change they had brought to the universe. As they stood atop the Cosmic Confluence Academy one starlit evening, overlooking a world transformed, Zara pulled Lyra close. "You know," she said with a smile, "when I signed up for the Terran fleet, I never imagined I'd end up reshaping reality with the love of my life." Lyra's skin shimmered with hues of affection as she leaned into Zara's embrace. "And I never dreamed that being sold by my father would lead me to my true family and my soulmate across the stars." Their lips met in a kiss that sent quantum ripples across the cosmos, a testament to a love that had transcended species, space, and reality itself. As they parted, both Zara and Lyra knew that whatever challenges the infinite universe might hold, they would face them together, their bond an unbreakable force in the grand cosmic dance. The story of the human captain and the alien quantum weaver had become a beacon of hope for billions, a shining example of the transformative power of love, understanding, and the courageous exploration of the unknown. And their greatest adventures, both knew, was still to come.